How do you create a successful mindset that will support every ambition you have for things that you want to achieve and things that you want to create that you just haven't yet? I had one of my investors in my program on my Facebook community page saying, hey guys, I kind of need some help. Like, I've been through the training and then I followed Kris's system and I found this deal and I can get it and it has all this equity in it, but I just don't really know what to do. Buy the house! Like freaking piss me off. Like I'm like, you kidding me? You freaking came here. You got education. You went through all the motions. You found the deal. This is the start of financial freedom. And you feel stuck? Well, listen, this is the reality of what most of us face. If I put $1 million in front of you, if I put a pile of cash in front of you and I show you how to make it, you can get inspired, you can get motivated, you can get excited, and still, oddly enough, human beings have the ability to do nothing. This is the weirdest part, the most confusing part for me about being human. And yet the reason why is because by the time you were 16 years old, you were told no, don't, can't, shouldn't 50,000 times. So we're trained, we're programmed. I mean, think about it. Listen, if you've got kids, you know that when they're little, they're trying to kill themselves. They're trying to fall off of edges. They're trying to slam fingers in doors. They're trying to touch the fire. And it's just, no, don't, no. Because we're just trying to keep them alive, right? But the reality is they're going to take that mindset into adulthood. And then as adults, they're not going to feel permission to express themselves. They're not going to feel permission to live. So there's got to be an intervention. There's got to be something that can shift and break this broken pattern. Because by the time we enter adulthood, the number of limiting beliefs that beset us, the ideas that say, you can't, you shouldn't, you're too fat, you're too old, you're too young, you're not fast enough, you're not good enough. And that is the operating system that is running our mind. So how are you supposed to make $1 million when you're working with a multimillionaire that says, buy it, do the deal, that's the house, make it happen? When you really find out why, this is what they say. I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? Failure, that I can't do it, that I'm going to mess up, that I'm not going to be good enough, that I'm going to let someone down, that I'm going to lose my money. We've got all of these fears. We have all of these concerns in our life. And so what I want to share with you is a special research project that I have done, and I'm going to give you a crazy awesome hookup today that I hope will be a huge blessing to you. In my world, I've discovered that we have thousands of limiting beliefs that run our life. And there's got to be a way to program a successful mindset. There's got to be a way to pull out the bad hardware and actually put in a good hardware. So what I did is I brought on a team of people and I evaluated the top 1,000 limiting beliefs that you and I are programmed to have by the time we enter adulthood. And we got them in varying degrees, but the reality is most of us are suffering from the same broken mindset that produces broke people, also unhappy people, also broken marriages and relationships, also fat people wearing fat suits because we're just trying to comfort ourselves with the food that's in our fridge. So what do you do to step into a refreshing mindset that can create the door of possibility? I'm about to break it down for you. But first I got to help you understand something that you may not get just yet. And I want to go back to the creation story for Christians. In fact, any deity that's out there. Because in the beginning there's God, and God creates the earth, and then he puts green stuff on it, and then animals on it, and then he puts people on it, right? And you got this traditional story. If you take a look at the way that looks in the Bible, is that God speaks and then something comes into existence. Was there light before God said, let there be light? Not there. Was there water before God said, let's divide the land and put some water in between it? It wasn't there. So he had to speak it, believe it, and then it actually happened. What would happen if you and I started creating that way in our life? What if we could actually believe in what was possible before we actually saw it, without even sometimes having any evidence at all? Well, that just happens to be the secret to breaking through your limiting beliefs. Now, I've written a book called Limitless, and it's all about the journey of breaking through the top 1,000 limiting beliefs that get in the way of you being successful. I mean, you might be a subscriber on this channel like, Kris, make me $1 million in real estate. And I'm dropping that knowledge on you, but for you to take action on that knowledge, that's going to require you to break through the stuff between this real estate that is getting in your way. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you, I've condensed the top 1,000 limiting beliefs. I've brought it down to the top 40 limiting beliefs. And what I'm going to share with you today are 40 new beliefs that trump them. You've just got to get a way to ingrain it in your brain, which means you've got to obsess on these ideas. And you've got to convince yourself with good, positive, powerful energy that you do embody those things. Here's my trick. It's going to sound a little bit kind of corny, but yes, I created a coloring book. This book, I Am Limitless, it is a collection. Right now on the outside, it looks like a coloring book. But what this really is, this contains the top 40 new beliefs to counteract the top 40 negative beliefs that are sitting inside of our heads. And I'm going to share them all with you right now. And then you could even click the link below, go onto my website, get yourself a copy of this. If you're a parent and you got kids, this is therapy for your kids. If you don't got kids and you got these limiting beliefs, this is therapy for you. I'm inviting you to take hours obsessing on ideas that you can find here. For example, here's the first one. I am limitless. We are doing such a great job limiting our capabilities, telling ourselves that we can't or something's too hard. And what we do is, it's bad enough that society is putting these ceilings on us, but all ceilings are self-imposed. And you have the power to take any ceiling and making it your floor so that you can step and walk all over it. So, I am limitless is fighting that really nasty, bad, negative juju. Get this one. I am smart. I'm a genius. I share my gifts with the world. Do you know how good that would be for every kid to meditate on that idea? Did you know that children are having experiences right now where most of them are second guessing their intelligence? They're telling themselves the things that they're not good at. They're telling them the things that they don't have other people's approval in. Their grades are giving them feedback. Their teachers are giving them. A teacher just gives the kid the tiniest sideways glance, and a child can develop an entire belief that says, I'm not good at spelling. I know because I did, right? So, by the way, would it benefit you to believe that you're smart and that you're genius? And especially if you're like, but Kris, that's a lie, I'm not. Listen, the only reason why you believe that you're not is because you choose to. If you want to believe that you're smart, you're going to find evidence that you're what? Smart. What we're talking about here is not just coloring pages. We're talking about coloring our perception, our view of the world. Here's the next one. I am strong. This is for men, this is for women, this is for people that have told themselves that they can't, they shouldn't, they're not fast enough. For you to believe that you are strong, stand up, man. Stand up and face your life head on. Here's this next one. I love my life. Dude, there was a time when I would walk around and say, I hate my life. Oh, dude, it just freaking makes my soul shudder inside. I love my life. I've been repeating that one now for years. I'm going to tell you right now. You want to seek experiences. You want your perception that is taking in billions of bits of information every second, and yet you can only consciously grasp 200 of them. Which is it actually seeing? It's whatever's at the forefront of your perception. And if you believe that you're weak or that you hate your life, then you're going to produce evidences and experiences, circumstances, and people that will make you right. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to be right on that one. Here's the next one. Everything goes my way. This pisses everyone off when I tell them this because I have it all. Everything goes my way. And I've been telling myself that before I had anything. Guess why I have so much in my life right now? Guess why I will one day be that billionaire philanthropist? I'm not there yet, but do you know what? I'm moving in that direction. You know why it's going to happen? Everything goes my way. Spend a day coloring that one out, right? Here's the next one. I can do anything. I can do everything. I'm amazing. We always talk about faith in God, but when are we going to talk about faith in you? When are we going to talk about you actually realizing that this is your life? And we're so hard on ourselves. Forgive yourself and get back up. Stop believing you are your past. Stop believing that you are your failures and the things that haven't gone right. Those are experiences to help you become the man and the woman that you were meant to be. Those are the opportunities for you to learn and grow and become. These aren't bad. Bad is another stupid word that we use. I had a bad day. Things that freaking grow up. Stop acting like a child that's been choking down all this garbage. This is an opportunity for you to rewrite the way that you see the world. This is a chance for you to rewrite your life. By the way, if you never get this coloring book, I hope you go through this video, pause, and write these statements down, and I want you to recite them every single day. This is your mantra. This is your manifesto. This is what you are becoming. Here's the next one. I have all the resources I need. This is because everyone's freaking got these ideas like, there's never enough money. You know, I can't make it. It's so hard. Making money's hard. It takes money to make money. Dude, that's all the bullcrap garbage that gets in your way. You've got to believe that all the resources are already available so that you can go out and seize them. By the way, you know people that need to watch this video, and you need to share it with them, and you need to watch it as a family. You need to share it with your kids. You need to share it with your siblings. So you got to share it with your parents. Now, you're going to think I'm a little bit crazy, but guess what? Look at my results. My fruits are good. Here's this next one. I am happy, content, and peaceful with the resources in my life. You have got to get to a space of contentment in a world where none of us can find it. Friends, listen, if you want more, you got to find a way to be happy when? Now in the moment. That's a great phrase for you to hum on. Here's this next one. Dude, check out that lion. I told the person I had draw that up, I said, make that thing ferocious, roar, because it's a coloring book and that's a little bit feminine. I am brave, courageous, and unstoppable, right? That's what you want to be eating for breakfast every single day. Here's another one. I got more than enough money for my needs and wants. I got more than enough money. How do you know that? Freak, you probably got food in your belly, and check it out, you're clothed, right? You probably didn't wake up in a gutter. For those of you that did and somehow magically have this phone that is giving you access to this, you're still freaking blessed, right? I mean, the reality is we're living like kings. Even the people 200 years ago that were royalty, they would love to have our flushing toilets. They would love to have our Costco's. They would love to have the things that you and I take for granted. Just pause and realize, oh my gosh, everything is freaking going my way. Life isn't happening to me. Life is happening for me. Here's another one. I am whole, fit, and healthy. Listen, you got fat, you got weight to shed, you're unhappy with your image or your body, or you're not putting on the muscle that you could, or you've been spending too much time in the feminine energy or the masculine energy. Guess what? We all get screwed up. It's okay. That's life. It's like part of some greater divine design. Get over it. Face it. And you know what? If you want to shed that weight or if you want to feel better about yourself, you can't wait until you possess the trophy of the body that you want. It starts when? You got to be believing it right now. I am healthy, fit, I am whole, I love my life. You're dealing with cancer, you're dealing with some illness. You got to make some room for the positivity because everything that is in here in the ethereal becomes the material out here. So we've got to do what like God creates on this planet and says, I got to believe it before I'm going to see it. Rather than society's stupid jacked up game plan that says everything is horrible and not going my way and blah, blah, blah garbage. I'm at peace. This is a good one for me because I get riled up. You probably have never noticed that. I love to exercise. Listen, especially if you don't like the gym, you don't like exercising, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to believe that you love it if you want to become it. I treat all people with love and respect. That's just good for all of us, right? Like, hear me out on that. That's good for you. That's good for me. Imagine saying that every day. Imagine getting this book and coloring that out and just imagine that like becoming at the forefront of your perception. Dude, you're going to love your life. You're going to love who you become. Man, this is a long book. Okay, number 20, whatever. I love myself. Boys, I know you're predominantly men. I want you to color this heart. You could even take a screenshot right now and then print this out and color it. Listen, you got to get in touch with that part of who you are as well. If you can't love yourself, you can't love those around you. The extent to which you love others all comes down to the extent in which you love yourself. And trust me, most of us are not loving on ourselves. Here's another one. Abundance and prosperity are my birthright. Believe it. You're experiencing it. Bring more into your life. I bring love and unity into all my relationships. That's good, especially if you've got jacked up relationships. That's like good medicine for the soul. I respect myself. Well, it's about dang time. What are you waiting for? Someone else? Dude, it's not anyone else's job to respect you. It ain't anyone else's job to show up and love you. It ain't anyone else's job. You live, no one loves me. I'm not special. I don't have respect. Or the hero that you are waiting for is inside you. Get in front of that mirror and realize, oh my gosh, the words I've been longing to hear are not from mom or dad, brother, sister, boss, coworker, teacher. They're from who? They're you. Wake up, realize it, take it in. Dude, are we having some fun? I hope that you're having some fun with me. Check it out. This is the byproduct of hundreds of hours of research. I've dedicated myself to doing breakthroughs with people, helping people find their most jacked up selves and then find their new beliefs and then categorizing it and then putting it in books and ultimately putting it in a cute little coloring book so that you can tackle the 40 top most important beliefs that are going to turn you into the man or woman that can face its potential and meet it. I'm not done with you yet. I trust my intuition. This is for all you doubting Thomases. You get the information, you doubt yourself. It's a plague, it's a poison, it's a cancer. You can't afford it. I trust my intuition. You got to learn how to trust you. That's why you got to respect you. That's why you got to love you. They're all different faces of love. Right here. I'm divine, precious, and priceless. I don't care what God you do or do not worship. The reality is you cannot be bought and paid for any price because you are priceless. You are precious. And you matter. I don't care what the world has told you otherwise. Here's another one for you. This is our biggest fear, that we're not enough. Bull crap. I am enough. That is the truth about you. Here's another one. I like the elephant on this one. They're big and strong. I've ridden elephants around the world. I am confident, right? It's time to be confident. You think that confidence will come from being a millionaire, getting a result, looking in the gym, and finally starting to embody the image that you see in your mind? No. Confidence is a state of mind. Confidence is something that you step into and develop when in your life? Right now. I embrace change. Butterflies, right? At some point, we got to be that ugly worm that eats our crap full from tree leaves, and we go into a cocoon and we go into sludge. And then we rebirth into something really cool. Every one of us is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. Every one of us is going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall on your face. And some of the most successful people I know have failed better than most people. They have failed forward. They have done their best to look at their failures not as mistakes, but as learning opportunities for them to grow and seize life. I embrace change. I love change. Freaking, I eat change for breakfast. Many of us, we're just freaking, we're terrified of change. But change is the breakfast of any champion. Because your greatness is to be better today than you were yesterday. That requires change. Making money is easy for me. Doing a video this afternoon with my kids, gonna piss off the world. We're gonna be playing with some money. I'm not trying to upset anyone, but the reality is we got jacked up ideas around money. Reality is you can believe this is hard to make, and then guess what will happen? You'll get evidence that proves it, and before you know it, you're gonna wake up on your deathbed and say, I didn't get to live the life that I wanted. It's like Ivan Illich from Tolstoy, who woke up following his wife's dreams. He let the music in his heart that he wanted to compose die. He brought it to his grave. Wealthiest place on the planet are all the unrealized dreams. Wake up. Making money, you can choose whether it's hard, but what would happen if you actually believed that it was easy to make? I'll tell you what, you'd attract easy opportunities instead of the hard ones that you're insisting on right now. My body progresses perfectly. Stop getting on the scale and chewing yourself out. You're exactly where you need to be, and if you need to make improvement, freak, go do that. The tiger, I like the tiger. The tiger's really kind of cool looking right there. He's like meaty right there. I am powerful. Powerful. Do you understand how powerful you are? I'm powerful enough to have the courage and confidence to make this video and share an idea, and I'm just hoping that one of them lands. I'm hoping that one of them just comes in and you grab that and you put it in your heart and your mind and you say, I'm going to recite that every single day. That's my medicine of life. That's what I'm going to go after. I'm going to go ahead and beast this person. I'm going to turn myself into the person that I've always wanted to become. You are that powerful. I am supported. Do you freaking realize how supported you are? Dude, you got loads of people all around you, faceless people, angels. You got all sorts of people in your world that are backing you up. Stop trying to convince yourself that you're alone. It's that separation that separates you from your higher and better self, from who you really are. You're actually supported. And if you start believing it, you will see it. You will find it. We're almost at the end. I love unconditionally. Can you imagine a world where we stop putting conditions on other people? Can you imagine a world where we're done judging other people? For heaven's sakes, let people make their choices and be who they are. People are going to show up at times as loving creatures. Sometimes they're going to be jerks. Sometimes they're going to come, they're going to freaking smack you in the face. That's their job. That's life. Are you kidding me? Almost 8 billion people on this planet. You're going to see the variety of spice. You're going to see all the colors of the planet. You're going to see the way people can show up. And I'm telling you right now that you and I, we can't control anyone else. We can only control who? Ourselves. So I think the bigger man, the bigger woman is one that can love others without condition, without expectation. It's easy to live a healthy lifestyle. You see what I did right there? Like the soccer players and like the fruit and the eggs, that's protein. You need your protein. It's easy to live a healthy lifestyle. Some of you have created an unhealthy lifestyle and you've made that easy. It's time to make that hard. Change your mind. You have the power to do that. And if you still don't believe me, get my book. It's on Amazon, Limitless. You can get it in an audiobook. Get that book, Limitless, and let it show you how to rewire your mind. I just need you to obsess on these new ideas, and especially if you're like, Kris, those things aren't true. I'll believe it when I see it. Dude, you're just going on and creating the way you've been creating this entire time, and guess what? Look in the mirror. Wake up. Is it working? It's not. I am prosperous as I serve others. You know what? This is that servant leader energy. The world needs leaders, and the world needs you. And it needs you and I to stop worrying about us, and we need to start looking at others. We need to start being caretakers of this planet. We need to start helping other people, and there are a variety of different ways that we can do that. I accept myself. Awesome, right? Just zone in on that for just a little second right there. Just see that. I accept myself. Man, stop second guessing. I'm authentic and genuine. I'm going to cruise now. I'm a conscious creator instead of an unconscious destroyer. I make good choices. Oh, can we just do a little praise on that one right there? I manifest everything I desire, and I want you to write this one down. Everything goes my way. Everything goes my way. Everything goes your way. Can you imagine how your perception will bring different people, opportunities, circumstance into your life when you actually believe that you're the conscious creator of your life and that freaking this whole life is not happening to you, it's actually happening for you? What are you going to do? It's time to freaking wake up, rise up, and make your life everything that you want it to be. I live in alignment. My life is balanced. I feel amazing. That's the second time I worked in that word amazing. I rise and ascend. You get the rising phoenix right there? I am surrounded by love. For some of you that have felt very unloved in your life, the love that you're actually waiting for is not going to come from someone from without, but it's actually from someone from within. The ability to love who you are first. Can you see how all-encompassing these ideas are? These ideas, if you want to be the most happy, fulfilled, successful person on the planet, there is a science to achievement, but there's also an art to fulfillment. And the reality is we got to become multidimensional human beings. It's about succeeding in every part of your life. Why can't you have it all? Why can't you be accelerating financially and having success and achievement in your life and growing? And why can't you be doing that in your body and in your relationships? Reality is you can have it all. Give yourself permission. Take this video. Give yourself permission to live life to the fullest because you're surrounded by love. But that love that you're surrounded with needs to start where? From within. And then once you embody it, you're going to be the lover that's giving it out to the rest of the world. And it's going to attract other people that the more you love yourself, the more they love themselves. And you put those two people together, man, you got a cuddle puddle love fest going on. Last one, I recognize, appreciate, and validate myself. There are words you are longing to hear, and some of you are pissed at the world because mom didn't say this and dad didn't say this and these people didn't do that for me. Victimhood. Listen, it's time to get over it. It's time to get over yourself. I don't care how bad the world's hurt you. Have you realized that no matter how much self-pity and wallowing there is, man, even if you've been raped, sexually taken advantage of, you imagine some of the worst atrocities this world can and will dish up. Are you going to allow that to define you? This whole Me Too movement, be careful. There's a counterfeit in there. For some of you, all you're doing is reinforcing more of what you don't want. Stop defining yourself by your pains and your troubles and your trials. And it's time to realize that you were meant to overcome. You were meant to rise above. It's not about surviving, it's about thriving. I recognize, appreciate, and validate myself. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what are the words that you've been waiting to hear from someone else? And realize you're the hero that you've been waiting for. It's time to dish them to yourself. My life is a miracle. Ain't that the truth? Start acting like it. And that, my friends, the top 40 beliefs that combat the worst 40 limiting beliefs that exist on average in every human being on this planet. Now, watch this video again, or go online, click the link below and get a copy of my Limitless book, or grab a copy of this coloring book, or just rewatch the video and write down these phrases. And here's what I want you to do. Final message. I want you to take these phrases and I want you to allow yourself to get into a really positive, high energy state. Imagine your happiest moments of your entire life as you recite those, because what you're doing is you're practicing, and what you're doing is you're rehearsing, and what you're doing is you're getting that ingrained in there. And when you can recite all of those ideas with maximum positivity, with super high energy, you're going to begin to embody those ideas. Your perception's going to change. And all of a sudden, guess who starts walking into your life? $1 million opportunities, people that love you, opportunities that you've been trying to attract all this time, the health that you've been looking for. It's this far away. And the only person in your way of making it happen is you. But you can change that. And you change that with the thoughts that you think. And now you know 40 of the most powerful thoughts that can heal your mind and heal your heart from the hurts and woes and troubles of life that we all have to go through. Rise up, wake up, and start living your life, because it is a miracle. It is your time. And I made this video for you because you're worth it. You're worthy, and I love you. So go live your amazing, epic life.